Did you know that one dream can change a whole life? What if I told you that a poor kid who grew up without a dad became a hero for millions of children around the world? Today, you're going to hear the story of Saint John Bosco, a man who believed that love is stronger than evil, that no kid is ever a lost cause, and that God is already working inside every heart. This is not just a story about a saint. It's a story about kids, dreams, and hope. So stay with us until the end because this story might help you discover the good that God has placed inside you. And if you love stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Superhero Stories of the Faith. Give this video a thumbs up and check out our books on Amazon, where saints become real-life superheroes. John Bosco was born in 1815 in a small farming village in Italy. His family was very poor, but they were full of love. When John was just 2 years old, his father died. That meant John grew up without a dad. He was raised by his mom, Mama Margaret, a strong and kind woman who taught him something very important. God never forgets his children. Growing up without a father made John's heart very sensitive. He understood what it felt like to be alone. And without knowing it, God was already planting a mission in his heart. One day, he would care for kids who felt forgotten. One night, when John was 9 years old, he had a dream that felt more real than any other. In the dream, John was standing in a big playground. It was full of kids, but they weren't happy. They were fighting, yelling, and being mean to each other. John got scared and thought, I have to stop this. So he tried to shout at them. He tried to push them apart. Suddenly, a bright and gentle man appeared. He looked at John with kindness and said, You will not win their hearts with force, but with kindness and patience. John was confused. How can kindness stop evil? Then a beautiful woman appeared. She was calm, loving, and strong. It was Mary. She said to him, Be gentle, be strong, be humble. In time, you will understand. I will be your teacher. Then something amazing happened. The angry kids began to change. Their yelling turned into laughter, their fighting into peace, and the kids became gentle lambs. John woke up with his heart racing. He didn't understand everything, but he knew one thing for sure. God had a plan for his life. As John grew up and became a priest, he met many poor kids. Kids on the streets, kids in trouble, kids that grown-ups had given up on. But John remembered the dream. He believed something very important. Every child is a place where God is already working. Even kids who are angry, even kids who make mistakes, even kids no one believes in. John Bosco had radical faith. He truly believed no one is ever a lost cause. That's why he learned this truth. Evil is not defeated by being harsh, but by being a good and loving presence. Because of this, John Bosco created something special. It was called the Oratory. It wasn't just a school. It wasn't just a church. It wasn't just a playground. It was a home, a place where kids could play, laugh, learn, pray, feel safe and loved. John Bosco believed true education doesn't crush kids, it wakes up the good inside them. He didn't lead with fear, he led with love, because real authority comes from closeness, not power. John Bosco was always joyful, but not because life was easy. He knew pain, he knew poverty, he knew loss, but his joy came from this belief. God is bigger than evil, and this is very important. Only someone who knows they are loved can love others this deeply. John Bosco knew God loved him. That's why his closeness with kids wasn't a trick. It was gratitude. He once said, "Holiness means being joyful." John Bosco worked non-stop, but his strength wasn't human. The Eucharist was his hidden secret. That's where he found peace. That's where he found strength. And Mary, his teacher, never left him. John Bosco knew he was just an instrument. The mission belonged to Mary. That's why he started the Salesians, so the dream would continue long after he was gone. He believed in God, he believed in young people, and he believed that love can rebuild a life. And today, his dream is still alive. Every time someone chooses kindness, every time someone refuses to give up on a kid, every time love wins. If this story inspired you, subscribe to Superhero Stories of the Faith. Give this video a like and check out our books on Amazon, because you too can be a real-life superhero of the faith.